Hello, everyone, and welcome to that Jeep Life podcast. I'm going to go down the list of people and say, hey, I know we're catching up with you. I don't understand. Why are we not showing up? No.
Did you get this for Facebook?
I didn't get anything. I'm going to...
Did you see that on Facebook if you open the app?
Nope. All right, everybody, welcome back. I don't know what the hell. This should just work
It doesn't.
every damn time, and it doesn't. I know we have sound now. I know that we have some video. Maybe we'll just leave it at that and not do our fancy schmancy shit that we normally do. God damn it. I tried to get over here to the studio early and get everything, and I didn't test run everything this time because I was too busy pushing other buttons. And
Happens.
God damn it.
Welcome to the Angry Jeep Life podcast, where we're all a little pissed off tonight.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's damn it. But no, we got a lot of people joining us right now, and
That's good.
some real good some normal peoples that come on, and I love you. And we've got some new people that I haven't seen on here in quite some time, Mr. Miller. But I'm going to go run down. What's up, Troy, Christina, Slow Ride. We read his email last week. Mike, good to see you this afternoon. It was awesome. Nike. How's it going, buddy? Randy Miller, the man. What's up, Ron? Kristen, maybe Will's there too. Who knows? Jason. Oh, the other Jason. Tony, totally dead. Yeah, we're totally dead. Just
Tired.
yeah, whatever. Gary, what's happening? I know no audio. We know that. I had it intentionally muted so I could just cuss and swear while we're trying to get a camera to fucking work. So I'll just continue to do that swearing. What's up, Neil? Donna? Yeah, we're all. I hear you. It's all going. Good. Woo. Kathleen. Oh, yeah. So this is interesting, and maybe I'll put it in. Kathleen has a Facebook group called Jeep Firecracker Red, and you know how much I love my red Jeeps.
You lost me.
I'm going on there, and it's a great group. I mean, just it's all red Jeeps all the time. That should be their slogan, but it's not. Yo, what's up, Dave? Catherine, hi. Happy Halloween, Kristen. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The last video. Sorry about your steering stabilizer. Yeah, so imagine when that was filmed. I still don't have that steering stabilizer on there. Randy, close your ears. But yeah, I don't have that. It's sitting out in the garage.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
We're not working on it. That's why it's not on.
That's right.
No, we're not
It's been in multiple mechanics' hands.
Yes.
And the Jeep and the part have not been in the same place.
No, they have. Well, we needed a bolt.
Oh, right.
That's what it was.
We were
Yeah,
missing a bolt.
yeah.
That's right.
Bolt in time.
Yeah.
Lots of time.
So it's crazy.
And a garage that'll fit in.
It is a little bit taller. I don't know that I'm going to fit.
It's not fitting in my garage.
No, I don't think so.
I need a new garage.
You do, or we can just jack that garage up. We can just.
I just
Attached
I'm
to
going to
the
put
house.
another one. I don't mind. I actually like that. You know what I mean? Because I can.
You can say no to people, right?
Well, no, I can
No,
just,
your Jeep won't fit.
Yeah, no, I wish it was higher. I don't mind it being attached to the house
Right.
because I can hear when the kids need something or something. I'm right
Yeah.
there.
All right. How about it? You want to go ahead and kick this off, or
Hit it.
Yeah, why not?
actually,
Go
before we
for
do
it.
that, everybody go out and share this.
Yeah, share it out. At least once.
Yeah, at
One
least
person.
at least once. So if you don't mind, just share this to your favorite location, and see if we can get some more viewers on and introduce more listeners to the Jeep Life podcast. We would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Always good times. Yo, Canada, what's happening?
Okay, is he on?
He's on.
All right.
He made it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I didn't feel like we could go on with the show without it. I mean,
Right.
you know, it's like Mike Gonzalez. I don't think we can do a show without him.
Well, we would call 911 if he wasn't the first on.
Right.
Please help us find our friend. He's missing.
How long has he been missing for? 30 seconds.
Thank you. We're almost 45 seconds in, and we haven't seen him.
48, and he's still not here.
Get the squad cars going now. Now.
Please, there's got to be something wrong with him.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, how about it?
Or he could just be busy.
I doubt it, man. He's been the first on since we started
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah, he's quite possibly one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah.
When he's not mad at me. He seems to be mad at me all the time. He denies it, but he's always mad at me.
We are just easy to get mad at.
Yeah. Well,
I'm having a bad day. I'm like, you know what? It's Terry's fault.
When I get out of the Jeep, just birds a-blazing, whether I'm in a good mood or not.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about some partners before we hit that button. I actually cleaned out the floor of my Jeep this week.
Wow.
It's leaves aplenty.
I just have dirts and stuff. So
Yeah.
I pulled lollipops off the floor of mine.
But the reason we say that is because our partner Armorlight is amazing, and once I vacuumed, it looks exactly the way it does when it began.
Yeah.
I do want to go through with some soap and water and and clean that out.
I will say this: if you have kids,
Yeah.
Armor Light is a must. That is sweet. Like there was gum and it all just wipes
Comes
right
right
off.
Kids and animals.
Yeah.
Because if you shed, it doesn't get in the
I
carpet. It just gets on the Armor Light. You
Right.
vacuum it up.
Yep.
It's all done. But anyway, they've got a 15% 10% discount code, Jeep Life Podcast 10, and that'll get a full system at 10% off. So go do that. Thanks to Armor Light. Power tank. I used my power tank this week.
Did you?
I did. I had to
How?
air up some tires
Oh.
on a trailer
Oh.
that was headed north.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was that like a rescue mission?
northwest. It was
It was
Oh,
a delivery mission.
it was a
yeah,
delivery
gotcha,
mission.
Gotcha.
But what an awesome thing to have around and be able to just grab that at a moment's notice and
Yeah, I
save
haven't
the
had
day.
mine around. I actually had to fill I finally filled my tires,
Did-
and
oh.
yeah, I had to use a compressor in the house, which sucked.
Takes forever.
Well, it's probably as fast as it's a big compressor, so it's
Yeah.
probably as fast as. But you gotta get the hose out, and then I
Yeah.
gotta drag because the Jeep doesn't fit in the garage anymore unless the top's down.
Right.
So I have to drag it out to the driveway.
Yep.
Plugged it. It's just a pain. It's so much
Yep.
easier to grab the.
Tell me more.
So
Tell me more.
Tell me more. I think
we
I
need
wanna-
to lower
I wanna-
your floor. Is what we need. Sledgehammers.
I thought about
and,
that
and
too.
jackhammers
I
and
really
just
did. I'm
dig
like,
it out.
drop the floor.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cheaper to
I
do the raise
agree
the
with it.
raise the.
Raise the left side of the house.
No, I think it'd be easier to raise the not footers. What do you headers for
Yeah.
the garage doors probably.
Yeah. But Power Tank is giving our listeners Jeep Life Pod 15.
Heck
It's
yeah.
15% off of a full system. Pipes, man. You want your Jeep to sound mean?
Pipes is where it's
That's
at.
where it's at.
We heard you coming through the neighborhood.
That's right.
We always do.
Yeah.
They're offering a free shipping code, which is awesome because the shipping on those things,
Hey,
they come in a huge ass box.
Yeah, they do.
Huge
That's
ass.
probably a lot. Well, how much money do you think that's saving?
Oh, dude, it's
What,
a few
$30,
dollars.
$40?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least. And that's just Jeep Life. If you put that in when you order it, you get a full system.
Off topic, real quick. Did I turn my rock lights off? Okay.
Yeah, they look sharp though.
Yeah, they're nice. They light up everything.
Are,
real
are
good.
those built into the rock
Yeah,
rails?
yeah, they're up
Those are
and
nice.
recessed. I haven't
Yeah.
You mean the
smashed any yet.
steps?
That's awesome.
Nah, they're frame mounted.
Steps.
They're frame mounted. I think
Those
honestly,
are, what those are rock magnets is what they
They
are.
are
Yeah.
rock magnets.
I think I'm gonna move them out, away from the body a little more.
I think
that'd
that'd
be
be a good
fine.
idea.
Out, down.
I
Because
can't go down. I
they're
can
literally
go
the
out.
same level as the lip
Bring
to
it
get
around.
in.
Yeah, I know.
It's so hard to get into your
It
Jeep.
is.
But Tread Lightly is another partner of ours, treadlightly.org. And right now they're running 50% off of their $50 and $100 memberships.
Wow.
Dude,
Whoa.
one of my favorite shirts is that Tread Lightly shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That shirt is quality.
It's
That
a
shirt
really nice
alone is worth
Yeah.
the membership.
Yeah. It really
Seriously.
is. Especially if you're getting 50% off of the $50.
Yeah, you're at $25. That
$25.
T-shirt isn't cheap. It's like
No.
that real nice cotton.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
So-
plus you're doing good things for good people and
Yeah.
good cause.
I've been out on a couple events
Yeah.
that are Tread Lightly events, and it's
I
it's
want to
been
do
awesome.
some more this summer. I
Oh
definitely
yeah, we
wanna,
did that cleanup, that trail cleanup.
We did a trail cleanup at
Yeah.
AOA. I want to
Yeah.
do some more. Maybe hook up with Scott and do some more.
Let's do it. Rockside Engineering has a discount code, Jeep Life 10. So get those actual step sliders,
I'll bring my
And-
tugboat.
and so it's easier to get in and out of
The real deal. I would if I
could
was.
be a perfect tugboat for all the
It
tires.
could all the way around. You strap onto
Yeah.
the
Just the
bars.
roll
Yeah,
bars.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Real good friend of the podcast, Off Camber Lighting.
Yes.
Get
I
that-
need to get another pen light. I'm going to order one.
Yeah, get
or
that
two.
get that 20% discount from
I
Jeep
need to
Life
get AAA
Pod.
batteries.
I know. It's more of I have to put batteries in.
yeah, mine
Yeah.
has it. Yeah.
But our thanks to all of our partners that make things easy for us to provide great content
Absolutely.
and come out every time. And check them out. And now I'm going to try to hit that button and see if it actually does anything. God Damn it.
Like if I ever heard attitude from a camera, that was it.
Oh, the camera just gave you the big old metal finger.
That was
It
funny.
did. It did.
Wait.
Oh, here we go.
All right, we're back.
No, we're not. Wait.
There we are.
Yeah, we
There
are. We're back. Literally, while that was rolling, we heard the camera shut off.
That was awesome.
Click, click.
Damn it. Anyway, welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and everything about it. And that includes the video work, the pro video work that we're doing here in the studio.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week, and tonight is not going to get any shorter whatsoever. As usual, I am sitting here with the most amazing podcasting team in the world. And Don,
Yeah.
it's good to see you and Alias in the same place
see?
at the same
Brought
time.
the Jeep
I was
out.
kind of surprised.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was.
I
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I got her fixed up last night. About 2 hours. So I got everything squared away, hour and a half maybe.
Yeah.
And,
So what did it end up being? Did you just throw everything at it and get
well,
it to
no.
stick?
So what I did was, without wasting a ton of time, is I pulled, because of course every failure ever has to be on the
2,
left
4,
bank.
6,
yeah,
yeah.
right. So I pulled the upper intake off, swapped it to the right side, and Billy gave me a coil, so I threw the coil on, and
I
it
just
was
have random Mopar coils sitting
it was-
laying around in my garage.
Doesn't everybody?
it was
Why not?
better, but it wasn't great. So I took it back out, and when I took it out originally, I looked at the plug, and I thought the gap looked like it was open a little bit.
Yep.
Forgetting that they were iridium plugs. Here, like, wipe the top of the iridium off, the little nibble in there.
Yeah.
So the gap was like, I don't know, a quarter of an inch to half an inch. And I ended up I had a plug, luckily. I threw a plug in it, and that's it, fixed it. And I did swap the injectors around too, but it wasn't an injector.
It wasn't
problem.
injector, no.
No.
Well, that's
Once it
good.
starts melting plugs on that one, then
So was it the plug that was the problem, or was
I
it
don't
the
really. I don't
combination
know.
coil?
I don't know what came
and
first,
the
the egg or
pack?
the chicken.
Yeah.
So not really sure.
But both, you have new coil and a new
Yeah.
plug in there, and it's
Yep.
working.
She's
All
running
right,
good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Then
I say
took
both,
off to
both at the same time.
right. Took
Yeah.
off to had a nice test run up to Randy's
Oh, right.
Randy's show this morning.
Oh, that's
Which was awesome show and a
Lots
really
of cars.
cool part.
Oh,
Lots of nice cars. There was
Yeah.
old stuff. There was one of our favorites was a VW bus,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Westphalia.
Yeah.
Couple Jeeps, some really high end stuff. I think when we were leaving, there was like a Ferrari pulling in.
Nice.
A couple
Cute.
Skylines. So
Oh,
it was,
nice.
It was cool. Puppy
That's
ran
awesome.
around. Youngest little man ran around. Amy and I walked around.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good day.
good day.
It was a good day.
Yep.
How about you, Bill? How you doing, buddy?
I'm tired.
Yeah, well, it happens. Comes
Mhm.
with life.
Yep, that's about right.
Your Jeep is actually running
Yeah.
and doing what it's supposed to.
Usually does.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
When it wants to cooperate.
Yeah. But it was good to spend the afternoon with you.
I wouldn't say spend it, but we drove around a lot
We
together.
We did.
Separate Jeeps, but it was cool. It was fun. We got to drive down to Phil Abundance and the WMMR Camp Out for Hunger.
Yep.
It was a good time.
Yep. It was a good time.
I think a lot of people missed it.
It was so. We've done that for the last 4 years or so.
We've kind of seen it dwindling every year.
Yeah, I know.
and it's not cool.
The cool thing is it's one of the largest food drives in the country. And they do amazing work. It starts today and will run for the next week or however long Preston and Steve do their Camp Out for Hunger. But the whole thing is just a food drive. And it constantly taking in new food.
Mhm.
And there's always been kind of a running thing between the Jeeps and the Porsche Club.
Yeah. Who won?
I don't know.
We don't even really know.
I don't even know. When the first year we went, it was in the evening on a work day, and
We had a great
there
time.
were 300 Jeeps out there. I mean, it was a huge line of Jeeps. It took forever to get through. It was still great. We had a great time. Because it's always cool to see that number of Jeeps. This year, and they've done this I think last year too, but it's basically on the weekend, and it's kind of the kickoff. But literally there were 25 Jeeps there.
Yeah.
There were a couple other car clubs, but it was
We were quite disappointed in
very disappointed.
the representation from the Jeep enthusiasts of
Well, no,
anywhere.
I'm not disappointed in our club because we took
10 Jeeps. That
10
was, I
Jeeps.
think we
We-
made a good representation.
we did. So I think going forward, instead of driving all the way to Philly to do that, maybe we should do this locally.
And we're going to make it a Jeep Life podcast.
Yeah, and
Camp Out for Hunger.
let's do that.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll do something stupid
something fun.
that'll generate a lot of interest and maybe raise some food for.
I think that would be fun. We
this
can,
area.
We can maybe send out some donation letters to some of our bigger companies.
Yep.
And ask them for donations.
Make it a contest.
Yeah.
Make it a contest.
Maybe we could do like half-hour live shows every.
The company that comes up with the largest donation gets a sticker, a Jeep Life podcast sticker.
Hey, just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Well, maybe two. We'll see.
Yeah, CEO needs their own, and then they can divide the other sticker among all their employees. But I think it'd be cool to do something
That'd be
locally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's mark that down. Let's put that in
For
pencil
next year.
for next year. Maybe we
Season
try it this
3.
year. Who knows?
It's a little early. We're running out of time. For
Yeah,
this
we are.
season.
Yeah. All right.
Next year.
Yeah. So it was. I'm with you. It was disappointing, but it's always
I may know
cool
a
to
friend
hang
that
out
could
with.
help us out with that. by the way.
It's always good to hang out with other Jeepers, no
Yeah.
matter what. Got to talk to some real cool people. It's just cool to hang out with them. We also got to hang out with a local radio celebrity for a little bit.
Mhm.
Paul Jackson
Yeah.
has Jackson's Jeep Club. He's a disc jockey at WMMR. He's a big Jeep guy, and has his own
Badass Jeep.
Yeah, Gladiator it's decked out.
It's pretty sweet.
It is. He's running 37s, I think, on
Mhm.
that. White. It's really cool. But while we're talking to him,
He gave us an idea.
He gave us an idea, and I really like it. We haven't even told Don about it. But maybe we'll put a new topic into the show notes. Once a month, or
It's like battle of the
brackets.
battle.
Yeah, battle of the brackets sounds good. So what you do is you take. He did it a completely different way, but we can do
8
tires.
different sets of tires.
We can do 8 different tires.
And you pair them up.
Yeah.
Out of a hat. You'll go like Mickey Thompson, Baja Boss MTs versus whatever.
Mm-hmm.
KM3s. And whatever.
And we'll debate it here
And
on the
you debate
show.
what's
and
better.
And then,
And then
like
which
it.
one
And then-
which one moves on.
and then the next one
I
moves
like
on.
it.
And until we get down to the last one, and then
And then
the
it's
last one.
Nice, Jackson. I like it.
So it might be like a once a month kind of
Yeah,
battle.
that's
of
a
brackets
great way
or
to
something.
review something too.
That's what I like that. So maybe that you heard it here, folks. That's going to be a new thing.
We just came up with the idea, guys.
Just
fresh off our heads.
So we like that. So I thanks for hanging out with Jackson and his Jeep Club.
Absolutely.
I know he's the one of the reasons why that Phil Abundance gets all that Jeep love and food. So that's kind of cool. Here's something I didn't put on the agenda and I forgot to, but all the buzz out of SEMA right now,
Oh,
Jeep-wise,
yeah.
Ooh.
Jeep-wise, is that third row Jeep.
I
The
saw
overlook.
that.
Bro, I kind of want one.
I thought it was pretty cool, dude. I mean, for a guy that's got a family, but I'm not paying the 6-figure sticker for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's talk a little bit about that. It was built on the Wrangler
Right.
platform,
Right.
extended a foot.
Was it a foot or 14
A foot.
inches?
Well, it might be 14 inches,
Okay.
but
Something like that.
Right.
Right. 37s.
37s. It's a Sahara.
skin.
Right now it's built on the Sahara package. 3 rows. It has that
The
Discovery
Yes.
type sky look.
Yep. With
Yeah.
the I think it's got stadium seating too.
It
I
does
think
have
it backs
stadium
up a
seating.
little higher.
Headroom.
Yeah.
That's your headroom.
His headroom, and you can see how it's all windows up there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really cool
like it.
build.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back seat out, though. I don't want it.
No, we don't need
I
it.
just want the extra space.
Extra 14 inches
Yeah.
of space. I thought that would be the ultimate overlanding rig.
Absolutely.
Period. Bar none.
You know who's signing up for that?
Who's that?
Who do you think?
Scott. Scott needs that.
He's like,
well, yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
I saw that.
14 extra inches. That's
pack
like
stuff in.
I could put a whole nother like stove and
Right.
now I can fit the shower inside the Jeep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That was but yeah, it's gonna be a 6-figure Jeep, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna be
it's gonna be a 5-figure. It's gonna be $999.
it's gonna I'll say this is gonna at least be $75K.
It's starting, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's built on the Sahara, so it's all the leather and everything.
Well,
on
it
the
wasn't
interior.
just leather; it was like cat skin leather.
Right, it was
and,
really nice. All the
Yeah.
embroidery on
yeah.
yeah.
I know the steering wheel is made out of like plutonium,
Well, yeah.
and
It's also a SEMA version.
powered
guys,
by
come on.
it's powered by a nuclear reactor.
It's powered by
Never
unicorn dust and angel
Yeah,
fire.
right.
I thought that this was going to be more of a battle, royale, that somebody wasn't going to like it, and this would have drug on a little bit longer, but no.
All right, I hate it. I don't
everybody-
like it. It's
everybody-
terrible.
Everybody likes it, so it's
Go, Don. Why is it great?
Why is it great? Because I have 4 kids, and then I don't have to do some makeshift third row like I have now.
held in with duct tape, some chewing gum,
All right, you lost.
and some
lost.
yarn.
There you go. Extended for another minute.
Oh, excellent! I love it.
Can we talk about how much dirt I removed from my gas tank skid plate
That
this
was
week?
crazy.
Yeah.
17 pounds of dirt.
The total
How
ended
did
up
you
being 17
do
pounds.
that?
How did I do it? What do you mean, how did I do it?
Like, how do you get that much? That's pretty much you made a shovel out of it.
Yeah.
I've removed a lot of gas tank skids in my life.
there
and
will
I've
be a video
never-
that is released of the amount of dirt.
I've never
was
got
in-
17 pounds of dirt out of.
So you all right? Before we go on, you put a new skid plate on your
Mopar factory skid plate. Need one.
need one.
Because most skid plates out there, aluminum skid plates ish.
Yeah.
They go over the factory skid plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using the existing factory mounting points and everything like
Yeah.
that. So good. Cool. Well, I needed to replace mine because I beat the living crap out of it
Sure you
for
did. Sure you did.
3 years.
Yeah.
I set it on every rock possible and from here to Chattanooga and back. you
Right.
know?
Right.
No. But so I put a new one on. I gained about 4 gallons of gasoline capacity back in my gas tank.
No way. 4
Yeah.
gallons?
Dude, I have never been able to put more than like 16 and a half gallons in my gas tank.
Wow.
Never. From the time I bought that Jeep. I took it immediately to Wawa. It had it was just in between the empty and quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately put
tank.
16 gallons in it. I was like, oh, okay. Now, every time I go back, it's like today I put another. It was like
I've never
It
run a Jeep tank that low. Like, they're supposed to have 21.5 gallon tanks in them.
Yeah.
And I think the lowest I've ever ran it is 18.9. I think is the most that, serves
Yeah.
my memory right. And that's it's been on E for a week. Like, they got a massive reserve capacity in them.
Do they?
I guess. I mean, I looked. I don't know how many times that it was like.
I'm
21
always
I had the whole
scared.
tank out, and I couldn't tell that there was a reserve in it.
Like it was
Well,
empty.
No, but I mean, I knew that there was fuel in it. Like, you could shift it to one side, and there was probably about that much fuel, shifted to one side.
Right. I mean, it's just that by reserve. I mean, when the sending unit is calibrated to empty, there's still
Right.
There's
apparently
still
a
so
boatload
much.
of fuel down
There
there.
must be 4 gallons left in it.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, it's about 50. It's about 50 miles if you if you run out the math.
Yeah. Today I got 18 and a half.
As that light comes on at 50 miles
Yeah.
ish.
Yeah.
That's what they say?
Yeah.
Mine comes on at low.
I don't get.
Yeah,
It's
right.
at 40.
Right. Which is
Mine comes on at, because if you watch that mileage, distance till empty, mine's
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
And then if I run that to 0 where it says low fuel, I mean, seriously, still, I'm only putting in 18 gallons.
So mine turns on like it
How
normally
much-
does.
How much
and I
mud
keep
do you
driving.
have caked up there?
None.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? You sure?
I bet you there's not a whole lot. I don't have
Because I
17
thought that-
pounds.
I didn't think there was that much dirt up there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you did that.
Like when I get home from, I would stick the pressure washer in it, around it, up on top of it, this, that, and the other thing. I don't know how there was that much dirt in it.
Did you ever like put that thing in like that thick soupy mud and just sit it down on the belly maybe or something?
I think I've done that a few times. And you just sit there and you let the rev limiter just wah, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, so that's cool. So you even found mud on mine today. It was like I don't want to. I don't
Well,
want to
I
have
did.
it.
I showed that to you, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you think there's more up there than you think. I bet I could go on, look exactly in one spot and tell you there's probably about that much mud sitting on top of your gas tank.
I'm sure
Gas
there
tank.
is.
And
but
you
not,
dropped mine down this
Yours-
past year.
No, because your plate went right over top of it.
Oh, right. We didn't have to drop it.
right,
Right.
no, I
That's
didn't
right.
want to touch
That's
it
right.
because the minute you unbolted that, like the whole Jeep was going to twist inside out. Oh.
Yeah. All
So-
right. We've gone to. We have one event left.
I just found another event.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you add it too.
So November 13th, we have Wheel to Heel with Apex Off-Road, AOAA, and lots of other awesome people,
Oh yeah.
and Mission 22 as well. And that event is a off-road wheeling event up at AOAA, Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Association Off-Road Park. And they are out there to support Mission 22, and it's a fundraiser for them. And Mission 22 helps veterans return back to society from serving overseas and, getting acclimated back to that kind of life. And they provide a lot of services to our veterans. So it's an awesome event. Hope to see you out there. It's Wheel to Heel on Facebook. There's an Eventbrite. It's listed in the show notes, and so it's easy to find. And then also on November 20th, I just saw OK Four Wheel Drive, which is kind of local, is having a Cars and Trucks meetup.
When is it?
November 20th, just
Oh.
posted.
I've got so many things going on.
8:30 to noon.
8:30 to noon.
It's in the mornings.
We have something going on November 20th too. We have the
Mhm.
Saucony.
Saucony Creek
Yeah.
meetup.
Yeah.
With Jeep enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then I'm supposed to be going with my good friend Neil and Scott and everything up to AOA. I don't know.
Oh, geez.
I got a lot going on.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well,
So-
enjoy.
We'll figure all that out, but definitely hit up the Wheel to Heel. That's pretty awesome. Which brings us to our main topic tonight, and we kind of threw it out there because all of us are in various stages of our suspension, right?
Messed up.
And I thought it would be good, Don, I think you brought this to the table,
Yeah.
and is it basically suspension upgrades?
Well,
Where are we? And then
for me, I'm trying to
what's
figure
good
out
for-
what I want to do.
Yeah,
Like I
right.
have right now, but this changes weekly. I have two ideas. One is I can keep the suspension I have and add to it. That's
Yep.
the cheaper route. So what I think I would do, and I keep going back and forth because the linear springs are really good for the trailer because that trailer is so tongue heavy. But I don't like the way it rides in the street. Now, I do want, I'm going to stick to this whole dual sport thing. I do like driving it hard on the street, and not, again, I'm not driving a Ferrari or Porsche, but I do like it handling well.
Yep.
So, I kind of want to stick with the linear springs, but I kind of want to set a progressive or triple rate. So the cheaper route would be, I think right now I've made the decision to get out of linears and into like a progressive or like a triple or dual rate, true dual rate. Would be to do the progressive from Rubicon,
I like them.
and I would keep the monotube shocks. They're valved for that spring, for both their linear. I don't know how they're valved. I guess they're probably found a happy medium. And then I could do control arms. But here's the thing: I don't want high maintenance. I don't want to be greasing ball joints all the time. I want something that's a non-mechanical ball joint. And Rubicon, I think they only make that in fixed arm. So that kind of bothers me because I want an adjustable lower. I want to be able to stretch the wheelbase just a little bit. So that's it. Now,
I may have a lot of solutions to your problems, but I can't talk about them right now.
okay. The other option is I really do like their systems, RK Suspension, the Adventure system. Now,
That's a really nice kit.
It is. And so I go back and forth because the springs I have on now are just a hair over 3 inches. And at first I was like, oh, I'm going to do 3.5 inches. But did you see, like, Neil's 2.5-inch springs actually sit higher? It sits the same in the front, but higher in the rear than my 3.5 inch does. So I would just go 2.5.
I think I put my springs in backwards.
Did you really?
No, I'm not. But, like, if you look at my Jeep, my rear end is sitting real low.
Oh.
And they're 3.5s.
Are they?
3.5 front, 3.5 rear.
I didn't think it looked. They probably just took the rake out.
I think it took a lot of the rake out.
Yeah. See, I don't dig that. And Arcade, that's
but
one
it
thing.
Rides amazingly.
That's one thing Arcade does is keep rake in the rear of the Jeeps. So I like having that. Again, tongue heavy on the trailer, just loading the back up.
Yeah.
I do have kids over the back axle, because of the third row. Right.
So when I have people in the back of my Jeep rides like crap.
Really?
Because it takes even more rake out of it.
Well, so that's one of the deals with the progressive springs is that they don't load well.
With a lot of weight.
Right. And that's why, companies like Rubicon make a linear spring and companies like Mopar don't make a progressive, and they don't, because
it's a passenger vehicle.
Right.
Right. It's designed to have passengers, even though
I mean it already.
What if we did? Mind blown. What if we put a progressive rate in the front and a linear?
I thought
in the
about
rear?
that, but I think it would. I don't know how it would drive or handle.
Let's do it.
I'll save those springs, and when we play it, we'll try it. I'll just get to.
I have progressive rate in the front. We can swap it and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be worth looking into.
I've thought about that a lot. Like, I wonder what it would ride and handle and drive like, because you've got two totally different spring rates, front and rear. So if you're going into corners, that front going to dip, and what's that back going to do if it's not?
But it also translates into what the shocks do, too, and how much the shocks allow it to move and how quickly it's
quickly it does, and so I don't know. It would be pretty interesting, but
It'd
that's
be a
where
fun,
I'm at.
Fun test.
I mean, ultimately, I want to do coilovers, but on an educator's salary and 4 kids,
they're a lot of money.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Now, for me, I'm just looking control arms. I want some adjustable control arms.
There are a lot of maintenance. I hate to break it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have to grease mine regularly.
Do you? All right.
Yes.
Well, I'll just hook up an automatic greaser gun. I just push a button on the.
No, you just said you want adjustable ones. You don't want mechanical.
No,
you don't want like a Heim joint or a Johnny joint. You want a bushing.
You just want a bushing.
Yeah,
adjustable.
that's what I want too. That's why that adventure system
Something
from
real
RK is great,
Yep.
man. I mean, it's like they're fixed, but they're set for that spring height.
Right. But I need that.
I have a Johnny.
Do you?
Joint. Yeah. And I have to grease him constantly. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Like,
But
I
I
know
also
how
have
much
to-
maintenance goes into Scott's. I mean, that suspension.
I don't keep mine as nearly as much as Scott does.
Dude, that freaking suspension system
Yep.
on the rocks is incredible.
Yep.
But I don't want to maintain it.
There's something to be said for that. I mean,
Seriously.
we already do enough maintenance on our Jeeps as it is. To add more to the checklist,
I simply don't have time. I mean, with
I
work.
maintain
and
two.
I was just thinking about
and
that
work.
today. That's a lot of work.
It
Having
is
a second Jeep.
It's a ridiculous amount of work.
I had 2 for a while, and it's ridiculous. And I probably will again at some point. But
Yeah.
So if someone's looking at, we've talked a lot in the past about suspensions. I think I've heard nothing but good things about the Mopar suspension.
Mopar suspension's a really good suspension. And
It's like a
simple.
put it on and forget it kind of thing,
exactly.
right?
AAV's another one like that.
Yep.
AAV suspensions are incredible. Put it on,
You
forget
pay
it.
for them though.
You do.
You do.
Well,
I
you
mean,
pay less.
I'm
the
just saying,
Mopar, you
I'm-
pay.
yeah.
It's
you pay for
it's
all
a premium.
of them. They're all
Yep.
premium. You get
Yep.
what you pay for when
Yep.
it comes to suspension.
Yep. Yep.
It really do, and as each of us, our Jeep
Right.
is pretty much our daily driver, and
I mean, I do all kind of weird stuff with my suspension, so I'm just weird.
yeah, but the majority of people don't want to do that. They don't want to go extra. They don't want to do any
No,
research.
you just
They
want to get them
wanna-
up and get them to articulate a little
Right.
bit. Right.
and those tend to be the ones that are
Right.
less
Right.
problematic as
Right.
far as
Absolutely.
after
They're
the
easy
install,
to
right.
They're easy to align. They keep alignment. They don't wear parts. There's nothing odd going on. You don't have weird drivability stuff afterwards. They just work. It's one of those suspensions. That's why we were putting them
Right.
in at the school all the time. The AAVs.
Yeah.
Everybody that came in, what suspension should I get? AAV, because I knew, first of all, we're like diehard enthusiasts. So
Right.
if a suspension doesn't work, it's not like this sucks. It's like now a challenge for us to fix it and fun.
right.
For most people, they just want to get in and drive it, So there again, Old Man Emu is another company that we've put them in. They're great suspensions.
Yeah.
You throw them in, they're good to go. Awesome shocks.
Yeah, I've heard great things about them, but they're owned by another company now, right?
ARB, they've been
ARB,
on
right.
for a while.
Okay.
Yep.
We have a question. What about anti-rocks?
Anti-rock sway
is that
bars.
sway bars, right?
Right. So
I've heard good. I've heard bad. I've heard every other
it's
one.
interesting because they will soften the ride up, and you're not going to corner as well.
Yeah.
But there is some, and this is there is some. There's a lot of people that feel like having a sway bar when you're wheeling is good as well. So like I disconnect totally, and the problem is when you're really off camber. The sway bar helps to keep you right.
Yeah.
Right side
Okay.
up.
Yeah, but it almost helps with center of gravity.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, the best of both worlds is the G2 sway bar with the
Dual
pneumatic, dual rate pneumatic, where you can flip the switch and it goes to a lesser rate. So you got normal rate in the street, for cornering and stuff like that. And then when you go four-wheeling, it drops it to a lesser rate and you have that stability.
Right.
I think that's what helps Scott's Jeep so much.
Yeah, because that's a pretty tall Jeep, and
It's a really tall Jeep.
I was watching old videos of us wheeling this weekend, and actually my Jeep's a little more, even though I sit lower than he does and my center of gravity is lower, he's a little more stable off camber because we've been on the same
Same line.
yeah,
everything,
and you can actually see. I mean, not I'm not lifting a tire or anything like that, but you can see where it's ready to.
Yeah.
And he's a lot more stable, and it's that G2 sway bar for sure.
Yeah. Which is similar as the anti-rock, but a little more
Right. So
advanced.
anti-rock makes a dual rate too.
Yeah.
I was just perusing. They have one as well. I don't know how theirs would compare to the G2. I don't know anybody that's running it. I do know people, and I've driven vehicles with anti-rocks in them, and they're
I've never driven.
they're a little sloppy in corners on the street.
Mm.
Not horrible. It's still
Right.
very drivable, and
But
you can
off-road,
adjust them.
it's-
Right, but
they're
off road you're a
solid.
little better. Right.
Yeah. Keep the tire pressure on
Yep.
on the rocks,
Right.
and we like that.
Yes, we don't want to flop.
No, flopping is not good.
I kind of want to.
Yeah, you're just begging to.
I just want to get it over with.
Yeah. Well, how about you don't?
I just like.
Just-
I'm gonna be honest. Like, strap
do
me
it.
into the buggy, get a forklift, and just lay it on its side. just to
Get it
do
over
it.
with.
Like, I need to get it out of my system.
Yeah. Well, keep
I
your
think
hands
what
and arms
we'll
inside the
do
vehicle.
is we'll get you to the point where it's starting to lift a tire, and then you drive out of it, and then you know what it feels like.
I think I've been there. I think I've been very.
First competition, you were really close.
Well, the one time on that trail, what is it?
I've been there a
102
few times. I'll be honest with you. I've been there a few
102A or
times.
whatever. The new 102, the new trail off of 102,
Yeah.
which is it's got a weird hole in it, and
There's
it was
that
close.
one.
Yeah.
Trail 12B.
Yep.
That little offshoot that Holly's been in. There's been a few times that only the trees holding me up.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
And it's starting to wedge
there.
itself between
Yeah.
the tree and the rocks and the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
No, I don't want to be there
Yeah.
at all.
I
But-
think it's fun though.
If you have, your suspension needs. What do we have any follow up? Do we have anything left to add to that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so much when you talk about suspension systems, and so many different angles to go, and that's where like I wake up every day with a different idea.
Yeah.
Like I can't afford a full coilover, but then I look and I can I could afford probably at some point if I saved up, for a year or two to put coilovers on it, but not a long arm. And
so you're not going to get the full extent.
No, you don't.
Of the
right, you
quality
have to,
of the product you're putting
right,
in.
You have
but
to
you do
jump
get
all the way in.
but you do get complete adjustability and true dual rate springs, and so.
Don, I want to tell you something. Buy it, and I don't mean buy the parts. Go buy a Jeep that's already built.
Well, there's that, but there's something about like.
You've built Jeeps, Don, for a very long time.
Yeah.
But you've never gotten to build a Jeep that you've never had the money to do it as much.
No,
as
I've never done a coilover.
You want to
No.
tune and you want to learn that stuff, but you never had the opportunity to get up that.
I've never done I've done long arms.
So that's
I
bought a purpose-built Jeep that comes with these parts.
Yeah, but I want it like it's my Jeep.
I know, man.
They're all my miles on
I
it. I didn't buy that
know.
one
Right,
used,
right.
and
There's something to be said for that.
Yeah,
But
I agree with it. I mean, the cheapest way to do it is
The cheapest way to
buy
do it.
some dude that's burned out in his rig and be like, "Look, man, I'll give you half of what it's
I'll
worth
give
in
you-
cash."
Yeah, here.
Yeah. I mean, I got a good deal coming on a boat.
that's what somebody needs to do.
Yeah.
Sell their Jeep so they can get a boat.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the coilover thing, I really dig it, but I'm gonna probably daily mine in a couple months when I give.
What about used coilovers?
I could, but here's the thing about coilovers too. They don't hold up well in the salt belts.
No, they don't.
So, I don't know if I'm going to go sling a couple grand into shocks and springs that I'm going to have to replace.
In a couple years.
Well, here's the next best thing, and this is what I'm at. I bought kind of one of the best remote reservoir shocks out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to go.
I think where the area we're at,
yes.
you invest your money in long arms, giving your Jeep the ability to flex,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then adding in just really good springs and replace them every 2 years.
Yeah.
Like keep up.
So is
on
that
the
like
springs.
the going rate on springs? Is it 2?
It depends on the spring, depends on how much lift, what it is. The thing is like on progressive rate springs, you're going to blow out that first part
The
a
first
lot
pack,
quick.
yeah.
The first pack a lot
Right.
quicker than that second pack.
Right.
So it's just, I mean, I had a set of AEV springs on my Jeep for 3.5 years, and they're shot.
Are they really?
They're shot.
They're clapped
They're
out.
They're clapped
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I bet you can put them on. I mean,
I would
don't
say
get
if
me wrong,
anybody's spring is going to last, it would be AVs.
and it's just I use it. I'm just about 75,000 miles on a set of springs.
Right. How many miles in total you have on that?
128.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of sag in the rear of mine, but I also have that massive trailer there's probably 400 or 500 pounds of, it's probably not that much, 300 pounds of tongue weight.
And how long
the
do
back.
shocks last, too?
Well, so that's the problem I've always had. Now, the old JK, I had a Pro Comp suspension on it, and the springs were fine. Only in the very end was it starting to sag. So, I mean, that Jeep was originally bought off the lot. So I bought it used, but I had all the paperwork. It was the dealer installed it brand new, and it was an early Mopar. But the freaking shocks were the early ones were what's the name of that company? It begins with the P.
P or B?
Not Pro. Why am I, dude? My brain just isn't
Pro
functioning.
Fender.
Not Pro Fender. No.
They're
Pretender.
what?
Pretender.
I'll look for it then. But the shocks
No, Pro
wouldn't
Fender
last.
is actually a shock company.
Pretender.
Post-tender.
They kept spitting the bushings out the side.
What?
The upper T-bar bushings.
Oh, yeah.
It would constantly spit them out the side. I couldn't keep bushings in it
Interesting.
until I did a T-bar delete on it.
Then you didn't have them anymore.
And then I traded the Jeep in.
Not too.
That solves it. You don't have to worry about it. It becomes
Finally got
somebody else.
everything ironed out. And I'm like, let's sell it at a loss. That sounds like a good idea.
That's my problem. I'm never getting rid of that Jeep because you're
You're already.
That's why, like, I look at these guys that have, like, they're coming in on coilovers and in these TJs, you know, and
It's like
LS
how-
swapped.
It's like,
I'm like, how
long
did
have
you do that? And he's like, well, I started back in 1972. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't had one for longer than like 3 years.
I'm gonna be that guy with my JK pulling into the swap meets and stuff, like pulling out all my old JK parts because they're all because I swapped them all out.
Well,
at
I mean,
this
that
point.
is a secret. I mean, that's the, you know, you add a little
you
every
just
year.
hold on to it
Yeah.
for long enough, and
Yeah.
Yep.
You do the this needs an upgrade this year. This needs an upgrade next
Yeah, like
year.
I want to.
You
I really.
cycle
I think
through it.
my next big upgrade is going to be the 4-to-1 in it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm going to do. You know, at some point in between there, I'm going to do suspension, but I'm going to do a 44 in the front.
I think we just need to buck up and build an axles.
We can do that.
Garage build, JLP axle build in Bill's garage.
That's what got me
Excellent.
through COVID.
Excellent.
Just need another pandemic, guys.
No,
Our
no,
Jeeps
no,
will be on 40s in no time.
No. So that's cool. If you have thoughts on suspensions and suspension parts and
Or have
things that you want Don to spend money on, send them up to us.
Send me money and your suggestions.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
Or have a set of coilovers laying
Every
in the,
time
like,
I
the
see my
corner of
boys
your
sitting
garage.
down at the table and devouring food, I just count the parts, the Jeep parts. Oh, there goes that anti-rocker to G2. There goes the front
There it
axle.
goes. I love it. So yeah, that's cool. And also when we talked earlier about that that bracket battle of the brackets.
Yeah.
If you have a thought of what you want our first bracket to be,
Yeah, email us at info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and that's going to get that directly to Terry, probably, most likely.
more than likely.
And he's going to be able to put it in our agenda so we can actually talk about it for next week. And if you want to talk on the show at all, maybe, give us a phone call at what's the number, Terry?
484-891-1172. 484-891-1172.
Did you sound like one of those like Sunday night?
Infomercial.
No. The
Operator standing by.
No, what was the lady that was always on? And she was all about like relationships. And do you remember that from when we were younger?
No.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
like,
it's like the...
And here's a good one for you couple that just started dating.
Yeah, so if you just started dating, leave us a voicemail, 484-891-1172.
I'm leaving.
It's time to go. Good night, everyone.
It is time to go.
Linktree, linktr.ee/ whatever the think you think it is.
That's right.
It's called Jeep Life Podcast. You know it.
For a reason.
For a reason. It's Jeeps all the time, everywhere, all day, every day. Not our slogan, but it's definitely our slogan. I don't know.
I love it. Our shout out to all our partners. Shout out to all the people who joined us live on our Facebook and YouTube tonight. We appreciate that. Go check out if you're into red Jeeps.
Wait, Mark says I'll give you a great deal on Ruby 44s, but he lives in another country.
Dude, depending on what kind of great deal, I'll make the drive for him.
Yeah.
I got 2 vacation days to burn.
I love it. I love it. So here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Have a good night. Oh,
jeez Louise, that's a really far drive. Dude, they better be free. It's the only way that makes sense for you to drive all the way to British Columbia.
yeah. It's not just across the border.
It's across the border.
It's
and
across
on
the
other side of
continent.
continent.
Yeah, I got it. For Rubicons? Case of Monster.
Mark says he'll bring them down.
I'm in.
We can meet halfway and wheel somewhere.
I love it.
I'll take the trailer.
I'm in. For a set of
Perfect.
Rubies? Yeah, man. You don't just come across Rubicon axles.
No, not.
Because that was always the first thing. I'm like, I'm going to buy a wrecked
impossible.
Rubicon. And either it's $30,000 for a wrecked world
2 weeks
over
quarantine.
Rubicon.
That's just a perfect sentence away from his family.
Yeah. No
Oh, yeah,
way. I
we
like
can meet in
being-
Moab.
Yeah, we could do that.
Meat and Moab.
That was. I'll tell you what. Neil's kind of got me.
Itching.
Yeah.
Same.
Motivated.
Yeah.
Next year.
Like there, not just Moab, but there look like there's some great road time too. Like
Oh,
just
dude,
some great
that's
views.
half the fun.
I guess, man. It looked like
is
it.
doing the trip, seeing the sights.
I don't know if I could listen to that damn exhaust I have though. For I might,
So
I might have to do a pipes exhaust. Get that.
I've been
quieted
thinking
down.
about putting a cutout.
Oh well, that's down the road for me too.
Just put in a cutout. Put the OE back
Right
on.
out the fenders.
All right. Good night.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Night, everyone.